Let's be honest, Netflix has not exactly been covering itself in glory recently with its original content, particularly in terms of movies. Remember the movie You People? Or even Murder Mystery 2? Or how about The Mother? Yeah, me either. These three forgettable films had big stars attached to them, but none of them moved the needle even a little. Here one day, forgotten the next. So, forgive me if I was a bit skeptical about Extraction 2. Now don't get me wrong, Extraction, the 2020 action thriller starring Chris Hemsworth, is a perfectly fine action movie. It's a fun 2 hours of pretty good action sequences and a solid performance by Hemsworth. But it was nothing groundbreaking. However, it was watched by over 99 million viewers in its first month. And because of that, we know what that means. That means sequel. And on June 16th this year, Netflix dropped Extraction 2. So, is it worth your time to watch? Or is it just another in a very long line of forgettable films and sequels? Before we answer that, as always, let's talk a little bit about this movie. So, after barely surviving his previous mission in Bangladesh, Tyler Rake, played by Chris Hemsworth, retires from mercenary work to live in a cabin in a secluded part of Austria. There, however, he is approached by a secret agent played by Idris Elba and asked to rescue his ex-wife Mia's sister, Ketavan, and her two children, Sandro and Nina. Now, Ketavan married David Radini, one of the co-founders of the largest criminal syndicate in Georgia. After David threw a DEA agent off a bridge, he is in prison and unable to bribe his way out due to the pressure from the Americans. Ketavan and her children were forced to move into a prison by her husband, who wanted to be close to his family, but the bad living conditions and David's abuse caused Ketavan to call Mia for help. Pretty simple, right? Well, yeah, but, we're not expecting Dickens here. It's an action movie. All you want is intense scenes of sustained adrenaline, and man, this movie delivers. Now, what counts in an action movie is action. And former stuntman turned director Sam Hargrave dials it up to 11 at times. Without spoiling anything, there is a 21-minute straight action scene that will leave you breathless near the beginning of the film. And the action really doesn't let up throughout the next 2 hours. Now, of course, we can't have an action movie without an action hero. And Hemsworth acts and looks the part. Menacing, relentless, and nasty. He plays Tyler Rake like someone, from an 80s action film. This is an unapologetically hard man. He is also not one-dimensional, however. And as we learn more about his backstory throughout the film, we come to understand why he is how he is. I also really loved Iranian actress Golshifteh Farhani, forgive me if I butchered that, who plays mercenary Nick Khan, who is Rake's partner. Hollywood writers take note of her performance. This is how you write a female action hero. She's strong without being all-powerful. She's smart without being insufferable. The respect between her character and Rake is obvious and earned, not just given. And what does every good action hero need? Why, a menacing villain, of course. Here we have Georgian actor / director Turk, Gokrichani, who plays the role of crime boss Zura Radini, the brother of David. Perfectly. He plays him tough and relentless and evil, like any good villain should be. But also like our hero, we are given enough of a backstory to at least understand his motivation without sympathizing with him. Written by Joseph Russo, who gave us the first movie and is one half of the Russo brothers of MCU fame, Russo gives us a simple, tight, fun, and non-pretentious story. He understands his audience and the kind of story they want to hear, So let's give this movie a 7.5 out of 10. No, it's not perfect. It does require you to suspend a lot of disbelief at times. But it doesn't have to be perfect. It's unapologetically what it is. A fast-paced and well-acted, unpretentious throwback action movie that is actually superior to his predecessors. It knows exactly what it is, exactly what it wants to deliver, and it delivers it for a fun 2 hours. It's absolutely worth your time, especially if you like action movies. And we don't really necessarily have to see the first one to enjoy it. I would still recommend watching that just so you can understand the character a little bit better. Good job, Netflix. This is proof that there are good stories out there to be told if only the writers have the talent to tell them. And, as I say every week, if you like what you heard, click the like button, subscribe, leave me a comment, or a suggestion. And if you did not like what you heard, I thank you for giving me your attention and time, and I'll see you next week.